Hey guys, it's Sunny. Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be testing out some of the Aldi yarn. As some people might know, Aldi has got a event, yarn event. I think it's 2 times a year, I'm not sure. Anyways, I went to it this part of the year. And I got a couple different kinds of yarn. I'm going to be reviewing this ombre yarn today, making a granny stitch camel. But I also bought this rainbow yarn, 3 different colours of this Aran yarn, 2 of these macrame yarn skeins, and then up back here I've got this DK, but I've also got 2 of blue, 2 of pink and 2 of white to do a granny hexagon cardigan, which will be in an upcoming video at some point. It takes a while to do them, which I know because I've made one before, but where did that go? Oh, it's down there. As you saw in the last video, I made one of these, and since then I have made a green one and a yellow one to set up my market, so that's cool. Anyways, let's get started. Also, before I do get started, I don't actually know how to do this, so I will be watching a video to start it off. So I might have to cut that bit out, but yeah, let's get started. So this is the yarn I'm going to be using. It is the ombre yarn from Aldi in the shade turquoise, or the colorway, I guess. It is 100 grams, comes with a crochet glove pattern included, but I'm not going to do that. It recommends a 5mm hook. It's 80% acrylic with 20% wool, and it's a medium 4-weight. I'm going to try to center pull to do this, because it'll be way nicer having it going from light to dark. I originally was going to do a granny hexagon, but I don't think granny hexagon cardigan, but I don't think I have enough. Wow, it's being tough to find the center. I'll be back when I find the center. Funny thing, got a bit of yarn bath, but that's not a problem. It might be in a minute because it's getting tangled. All I do to untangle it is just literally... That should all be untangled. Then I just literally pull on it. I found another knot, undo the knot, or whatever I can do to it. Oh. Don't know how that happened, but that's come off for some reason. Oh well. So yeah, I'm gonna start with this. I've made a very big mess on the floor, but that'll be fine. I've got a video fired up, ready to do, so I'll be back once I've started it. So, this is where I'm up to. 50 of the single crochet foundation stitches. I need to do 100 to make it 30 inches long to then go around, because right now it's probably going to choke me and I wouldn't get it on. So, I'll keep you updated once I have gotten to 100. I've now done 80. It's getting long. We have currently got 100, and that is correct because it is. think should be stretchy. So if it doesn't fit, which it should, I'd be surprised if it didn't. So apparently now I need to join it together, so I'll be back once I've done that. So where I'm at with this thing, we haven't done much to this yet, but I have done this. So done the foundation single crochet row, then I joined it together kind of there, and then I went up and I did a way to make it more like a granny stitch, and then I did that around it, and then what I did was go around it again. Well, I'm now going around it again, but I think the row after this I'm going to start double crocheting. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I should start that now. Although that might use up more yarn, so actually I won't for now. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And yeah. It's all cool. So this is how we're popping. We got 3 rows in, and all I've been doing is half double crocheting all the way around. Like that. And that's just made this up like that. I would usually do a double crochet, like what I do with these, because that's how you're meant to do it. But this, I guess it'll work up just fine like this. It is right now. So, yeah. I feel like though, look. Like somehow the yarn's gone down so much. Yeah, there's still quite a bit left. I'm expecting the colour change soon. Yeah, I can see the colour change soon. So right there. It's not very visual on camera, but right there is where the colour changes. You can kind of see it, I guess. So that'll be fun. Have a new colour. Because right now all I've had is light colour. This light colour. Wow, that is a strong colour change. It's not that much of a difference. It's gonna like do a gradient down. If it does take 2 of them, that's fine. I hope that it doesn't, because then I can get 4 done at least, or 8. But if it does, that's fine. Or 1 and a bit. Definitely not going to take 2 full ones. If it did, I'd cry. Unless you wanted it down to your butt. Then it probably would take all 4 of them. But yeah. Slow, well, it's pretty fast. I would say slow but easy, but it's pretty fast as well. Because I can do a row within 5 minutes. And that adds up just slowly. Very slowly. Also, my hair is red. It looks like a very orangey red on camera. Like, this one, no, not that one. Pretty much like that one, like just darker. But trust me, it's red. Very red. Yeah, I had a little hair dyeing sesh with my sis last night, though. That was fun. She also dyed her, well, I dyed her hair red. She dyed mine hair. Wow, I can't get my words out. She dyed my hair red and I dyed hers. That was fun. Not for her though, I don't think, because she doesn't like people touching her hair. So, yeah, she had a fun time. This is actually working out pretty nicely though. I would usually say I'll get back to you at the end of the row, but well, the cool thing about this pattern is you don't have to like do anything odd. I mean, that's all you're gonna see is that. I mean, it's a bit loose, but who cares? So all you do is when you get to the end of the row, you go like you join into that half double crochet, and you do 3 of them, and then you keep on going. Like that's how I've done it. I would usually not do that to do this kind of thing, but I guess this works. So yeah, it works. Messed up already. I'm not in camera angle, so now you can see me crocheting. Because I'm usually doing it like under the desk, so you can't see it. But I found a new camera angle so that I can. Oh, I did a little oopsie. So, end of the row. Here we're talking. So, what I do, you see this double, this half double, I go into that, I go on over and I do what you usually do. Okay. I think if I start making these stitches a bit tighter, then it'll work. But yeah, you do 3 in that one. And then you go into the next space in between each stitch. And just keep on going like a normal granny square thing. That's how I'm doing it. That's how she said to do it, so I was doing it that way. To be honest though, it does look a bit odd. Like, you see what I mean? It curves up a bit. It curves upwards a bit. I guess that'll flatten out once I do it properly. That's how we're looking. That would be cool. You could make like a jumper with this stitch. Like, I guess it would take a long time to do. Whereas this doesn't, but you know. We work with what we've got. And what we've got is Aldi yarn. This. Loving it back so far as well. Like, for a really cheap yarn, it was only £1.29 per skein. And then the macrame yarn was £1.99. I was expecting it to be like not that good a quality, but to be honest, it's better than some of my my more expensive ones than that. I guess not everything cheap has to be bad. A lot of things that are duped or cheaper are better. Don't mind that. I don't actually know what it is, but yeah. I'll be back to you when I have gotten to the end of this row. Right. I'm not at the end of the row yet. I just grabbed the snack. But now we are going. And we are going to keep on going. Because it's going to take a hot minute to do. Because of how many rows I've got to do. Because each row is made up of double crochets. Not double crochets, half doubles. And a half double is basically in between a single and a double. Which is annoying. Because I'd much prefer to do double crochets right now. But well, first of all, I'm too far into the project to even think about frogging it now because I know how to do it. And secondly, okay, double crochets use more yarn. And I guess more yarn usage is better if you want to get rid of your yarn. Which would be great because I could actually have stuff to wear and that and sell. But it's also nice having it on display, like I'll clip. And Aldi's yarn ain't gonna be there forever, and I don't have. Well, I spent my money on the yarn. So yeah, that was fun. I don't need to go into another stitch. Yeah, at the end of the row again. I don't know what it's doing. It's doing this weird thing, I guess. But it'll work. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that this is tight as hell. So there is not much of a gap. I honestly don't get how this is working, but it's working, so I'm doing it. We have definitely got to do loads more rows than I'm doing. But we've still got a while until the next colour change, so. I'd say about another 3-ish rows, maybe, until the next colour change. Good thing about having it this, like, wide is, like, because it's, like, pretty much triple the size of my neck. So I can actually, I could fold it. You could fold it, I guess. But then you wouldn't get it on your head. So you'd have to go like that and then do whatever, I don't know. But I'm only making it. People that buy it can style it. Almost just did a double. It's a habit. It's a very big habit of mine to do a double because how many projects you make in crochet require a double? This bag, double. These bandanas, double. Granny stitch cardigan, double. Granny stitch, giant granny square blanket, double. But no, this has to be a bit different. Half double. I guess it also does work up quicker. Well, I think it might work up the same amount of time, because me doing a double crochet, I'm probably faster. Well, not that much faster, but yeah, there's like, I forget what I'm saying now. Yeah, so it doesn't take me a while to do a stitch. It takes a bit longer to work out because how small they are. So pretty much is the same if you did a double. Because a double, obviously, you wrap around and you do the exact same thing, but you pull through 2, not 3. Not all 3 at the same time. That's what makes that a bit different. Doesn't make it any slower because I enjoy doing that one. That's why I mostly stick to what I know, not do much new. This is the first newest thing. This is the thing that I've had to look up a video for, and the newest like pattern project thing that I've made, because I haven't made one of these before. I feel like you could probably make a granny stitch beanie like this, where you do the circumference of your head in the foundation single crochet stitch, then you just do this on top of that, and when you get to the right length where it like can meet up at the top and not be too short, and you can roll it over at the bottom, then I feel like you could do that. You could probably even do a bucket hat this way. Because the way I've done one bucket hat before and I didn't like it. Still don't. So I'm gonna look up how to do it again and try a different pattern by someone else. Because I did try this pattern before. Once. Well, I tried to do it, but then I found a different video that was a bit easier at the time. But now I should be perfect. Because I know a lot of the stitches. Well, to name the stitches that I know, they are the chain, classic fishtail chain, which is one that you don't really hear of that much. Single crochet slip stitch. Almost forgot about that one. Don't think there's such thing as a half single crochet. I'm pretty sure a half single wouldn't be anything. That would basically be a slip stitch. Half double, double, half treble, treble. I'm pretty sure there's also a double treble. Don't know if there's a half double treble though. I'm pretty sure the way you do a double treble is you wrap around it 3 times. You go into it and you do that, which is a big stitch. I don't know what you use it for apart from like a flower maybe. I don't know. That's another thing I've got to make. Not roses. Poppies. I just did 8. Yeah, I've got to make some poppies for remembrance, I think, or something. So that'll be fun. I actually do have a little bit of red yarn. And I guess they can also be like purple and pink. But red's like a classic remembrance colour. Well, for the poppies. Not as in you can't. Not as in you can remember stuff from red, though. Anyways, I'm going to get to the end of the row, and I'll see you when I do. I have arrived at the end of the row of row 8. These do take not long. So I'm going to, again, keep it tight. And just... Oh. Okay, let's try that again. Keep it tight. Oh, my yarn fell off the hook then. And do 3. And then I'll just go into the next 3. So, we've done 8 rows. This would be big enough for a headband now. What does that actually kind of look like? Kind of cute. Yeah. Not actually, but loving the colorway. You could wear it either way. You could wear it like light at the bottom, dark at the top, or dark at the bottom, light at the top. Either way, it looks really cool on camera as well, because like it's an ombre. And in real life, it's an ombre. It's meant to be an ombre. That's what it's called. It's called the ombre yarn in the colorway turquoise, which is very true because most of these colors are pretty turquoisey colors, like in between green and blue, or as Americans would call it, teal, I believe. I don't know. This is reminding me of a green Granny Hexagon cardigan that Passionate Kelsey did, and I really want to do it, but I don't know. I can't remember what video. I know which video it's on. Well, I don't know which video it's on, but I know which video I can find which yarn it is on to see how much the yarn is and if I can buy it or not, because I don't want to be buying 3, 4, or 5 skeins or 6 of a colour that's £10 each. Like, I get that you're a fancy brand and that yarn is like the fancier the yarn, the more expensive it is. But seriously, like some of them are £10, and I think, why are they? Why? It came, well, most of the time it came from either plastic / acrylic. Well, polyester is plastic, so is acrylic. Wool or cotton. There is also bamboo yarn. I've seen it and it's apparently terrible to work with, and it's really slippery and just so I don't think I'll ever work with bamboo yarn. I do really want to try Lily Sugar and Cream. That's a cotton. And Juicy Couture Velvet yarn to do scrunchies, because currently I do scrunchies with this from the range. It is a sage green chenille yarn. Weight is 100 grams, length 130 meters, 100% polyester. So there's that. That's what I make my scrunchies out of. But I do want to try Juicy Couture, because that'll be great. And they don't feel the same as a velvet yarn, because I do have little mini skeins of velvet yarn now. And I call them my mini Juicy Couture. I don't know whether they feel the same or not, but yeah. So I want to try Lily Sugar and Cream, Juicy Couture, Burnout Blanket yarn, Well, actually, maybe not, because I've tried doing amigurumi. Tried it once. I'm probably not going to try again for a while. I mean, I might try it with this normal yarn. Not exactly this yarn, but I think we're matching up to a colour change soon. Oh yeah, colour change here. You can kind of see it on camera. A little bit lighter, a little bit darker. You see it? This is what the skin is looking like. Very empty. I don't know whether I'll be able to make a full-sized one with just one. I'm not sure though. Colour change in action. See? Perfect. We are at this point in time. Well, that was pointless, wasn't it? So yes, I'd love to continue, right? And see it form. But I think I'm not going to do it how you'd expect me to do it. I'm going to do it with only one of these. Don't care how big it gets, how small it is. I'm just going to use one. If I don't like how big it gets, then I will use two, but for now, one. This is what it looks like because of one simple thing that I've done that the woman talks about on the video. So she done it so that you don't have to join at all. I don't mind joining at all, but she just had different plans. I follow a pattern to a T. I don't really tend to go off script. What I do in terms of how I do it, I don't do a chain space in between each one. Purely because it looks nice. I'm just currently sewing in some ends. So it's all joined up. Because before at the bottom it was like a little divot. But now there is not. Also, if my hands look dirty, that is from doing my sister's hair yesterday. That's all that is. I really want to make a shrug. And I've got the perfect yarn for it. You can kind of see it up at the top there. This again is the rainbow yarn. Well, this is the rainbow yarn in the colourway taupe. If that's how you say it. I don't know whether you can read that or not, but that says taupe for me. Recommends a 5mm. Well, it's basically the same exact back bit as that one that I'm using right now, just it's a different colour. So yeah, That's these. And I want to make a shrug out of them. And I definitely think it's a good idea that I bought 4 of them, because one of them is taken up. What? Got it back. No, I didn't. That's fine. It's almost taken me this whole thing just to get here. Doesn't look like a lot, but it's folded in half, so it is actually quite a bit. So, like, you see what I mean? I don't know. As I said, I'm going until this is gone. What else can I do? I can join on the colour, but don't want it. That's another thing with this. If I wanted to make something bigger than I am, and I wanted to join on with this outside colour, well, because I'd finish with that dark colour, right? With one of them. So to make it look continuous, I'd have to join on with that dark colour, so I'd have to pull from the outside instead of the centre, which I don't necessarily like doing, because, well, I've learned how to centre pull now, and doing it on the outside, it just means the yarn's rolling everywhere, and it's just, like, gets in the way and stuff, so I'm like, yeah, that's why I don't really tend to pull from the outside anymore. I used to always pull from the outside because it was, like, the easiest place to find it, because all you had to do was look, like, either on the outside, or it was sometimes shoved on the inside, and you could see where it went in. But like with this, if I can get it, this yarn here, this is from Hayfield, bonus chunky, love it. You can see here, this strand is the outside pull, not the center, the outside. That's what I like. Well, that's what I like. You can tell where the outside pull is compared to where the center pull is. With some of them. With the chenille, you can't. Well, the funny thing is, surely that's big enough, right? I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to. But I've still got another 2 colour changes before I can tell myself I'm finished. Fun. The hell? I feel like I've been doing this row for ages. Ooh. Right, so, I was just saying, and then I forgot to record, so I'll say again. My setup is absolutely terrible. I have got, like, I love this behind me. It's technically next to me, but it's behind me. But I'm in a cupboard. Like, I'm on one shelf of a cupboard, half a shelf of a cupboard is my desk. And my camera's my phone camera. I've got a lamp that's also a phone charger. My crochet hooks are held in this skull. Yeah. It's a bit odd. I used to have it on that desk there. This one. But, not butter. That wasn't really working. I wanted like a proper area just for crocheting and crafting. I've got that now, but it's just not good. So I might do a reorganize with me at some point. Or I'll just, well, I won't do a reorganize with me. I'll do a short that's like the before and then the after. I guess that makes sense, right? One thing I don't get about YouTube is why you can put videos. Well, you can do shorts on the app, but as soon as you try and do a video, it gets you to put one on. So what I'm doing is using just the normal Pixel camera, or the phone camera I've got on my phone, because I've got a Google Pixel. I might be getting a new one soonish. I'm not sure yet. I do want it, because right now I've got the 7A, and I do really want the 10, but the 9 is fine. My nan's got the 9 and she wants to get the 10. I'm like, why do you always want to get the one that I want to get? Because I said at Christmas, the last one that when I got this phone, I said I wanted to get the 9. And they said, we'll see. Christmas came around, got the 7A. And I found out that my nan got the 9. Well, I thought she got the 9 Pro, but it's just the 9. Either way, yeah, my nan got the 9. I was like, so she helped with buying it, because everyone butted in to help buy it or something. And yeah, she bought it. She bought the 9 herself. So she had enough money for the 9, clearly, plus however much she gave towards my one. But they just didn't give me the 9. And then Mum came out with the excuse of, we'll see how you manage this phone first, and if you manage it, then we'll get you the new one, or a newer one. I would also like the new Pixel Watch 4. Knowing them, they're going to get me the Pixel Watch 2 or the Pixel Watch 3. But I would like the 4. At least a 4. I've done this wrong. That's something you don't usually come up here. End of the row. Again. And just thinking, I've probably got 2 more rows or 3 more rows before I change the colour again. Then I've got another 4 rows before I probably have to stop. Well, I don't have to stop. I can join on a new skein, but I don't want to, because that'll just take away too much time. So yeah, I'll be back with you when I've done however many rows. What I am gonna say is that, you know, that little bit that I took off at the start, because, well, the strand that was for some reason detached, this bit, yeah, I think that's why the colour changes are coming in a bit differently than I want them to. Because for some reason, when the first colour I used, well, that's on there, when did it start changing? At one point, there, you can see where it's changed colours, and that's mid-row. And that's now done that ever since that point. My point is, if it didn't have that bit at the top, would have it not done that? I guess we'll find out with the other ones. It doesn't really matter that it's done that, though. Because, yeah, it just doesn't matter, but, yeah. do really want to make some spiderweb gloves as well, because I feel like kids might like them. And they don't take that long at all. All you're doing is a couple treble crochets and a couple chains and you're done, basically. I have a load of black yarn somewhere. It's behind everything, so you can't see it. Not because I want anyone to not see it. I don't care if you see my yarn or not. If I didn't want you to see my yarn, I wouldn't put it on a big display stand thing for all eyes to gaze upon. Oh yeah, my yarn count is 133 right now. Soon it'll be 132 because I'm using this one. Because look at it. It's getting flat. Like, on the table it's flat, so yeah. Another row done as well. Okay. I would love to make the video long as like the last one. Not everyone's gonna be like this, don't worry. But yeah, I'll see you when I've finished it. This is the last time I'm gonna check in before I finish. We've colour changed. This will be the last colour. Look how big it's getting. Yay. I lied. This is the last time I'm checking in before the end. That's how much yarn I've got left. One more row and I think I'm going to be done. I think. We're that big. So, hopefully. I don't know. And as soon as we started, we are finished. Oh, look at it. So pretty. That is ready to sell. Although I might keep the first one. No, I'm going to sell it. Sell inventory. That's why I bought this. This is my box of wonders. That's where I'm going to put everything that I want to sell. So far we've got one thing of them. I don't know what it's called, I've forgotten. One... I'm going to call it an all-in-one scarf. You don't have to tie. 3 bandanas, 3 Christmas trees. That's all I've got so far. But that's not a bad start for Sunday. And I've got until Friday to prepare. So 4 more days. As I said in the last video, I do a market. This is scrap yarn. That's going to go in my little scrap yarn bucket. Cool. And we finished off 1 cake of ombre yarn in doing that. So that's cool. This is my little collection of thingies, tags. What are they called? I forget what these are called, but it's my collection of them. So far I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 of them in here. Pretty good. 9 of them in there. And that just sits right there. So I'm gonna now upload the video. I don't know when it'll be done. It'll be out at some point. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. But pretty much everyone hasn't subscribed. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.